Hello traders, the title of the video is 4 reasons why setting a stop loss is a personal matter for technical traders. Do you use a stop loss or do you use a put and call option instead? Have you ever used a stop loss as a technical trader? So a stop loss is a market order that will tell your broker to close the trade when the price reaches a specific and predetermined level. So I'll give you one example here. Suppose I sell here, all right? I sell here at this level of $18.10. All right. I may set my stop loss somewhere there at 18.76. So I'm using 66 pips for this trade, selling there. So if I use a stop loss like that, I'm telling the broker or the markets that if the price, though I'm selling here, I'm already in the trade here, if the price goes up to that level of $18.76, close the trade, meaning that I will take 66 pip loss. So I'm controlling the risk and I am limiting how much I can lose out of that trade. That's why we use stop loss, to determine in advance if things did not work as we are expecting it and the trade turned against us, how much loss are we prepared to take? Or what kind of protection are we willing to give to that trade? So a stop loss is also a kind of protection for the trade, all right? So you sell it here, the price may go a little bit up before going down. So you want to give yourself, the adequate, the most appropriate stop loss. So those wiggle as the price going up first before going down, they do not take you out of the trade prematurely. That's the idea of using the stop loss. All right. So, but also when you set a stop loss, it's visible in a market. It's a market order, like you will say limit order to buy, limit order to sell. The same thing when you set your stop loss. People know where are the stop losses. All right, we will be talking about that in another market. Right. There is a lot of stock market games when it comes to stop loss going on, and I will be recording a video to tell you more about that. All right. So there are 4 reasons why setting a stop loss is a personal matter for technical traders. I'm recording this video today because a TSTWSY008 trader said to me, George, I'm very, very disappointed with the TSTWSY008 because you did not tell us where to set our stop loss. It's a fair judgment on the system, but I have reasons why I do not tell traders where they should place their stop loss. Now you will notice also, maybe that trader have used other trading system before. When they tell him, where to place the stop loss, you will notice that some trading system builders will tell traders where to place their stop loss. I think it's just a fancy decoration for a system. Why? Because suppose I build a system like this and I tell you, if you enter here, place your stop loss here. Okay? Now, that recommendation will only be useful to you if you can afford that stop loss. Or if I say to you, for every trade that you take, use 100 pips as a swing trading. Another trader may say, Joel, are you out of your mind? You're telling me to use 100 pips. So I may say, all right, use 50 pips. Another trader may say, around George, 50 pips. You want me to? You want them to take me out of the trade before I get paid? 50 pips. You are useless, George. You don't know how to set stop loss. For swing trading, the minimum is 80 pips. So you see the discussion now. So that's why I say to you that when my fellow traders that are selling to the system are setting stop loss, it's just there. I'm not saying that it's wrong what they were doing, but I'm saying to you, practically speaking, those recommendations are not useful to all traders. That's it. So 4 reasons why setting a stop loss is a personal matter for technical traders. The first reason is that technical traders have individual risk tolerance. So a trader may be risk averse. I may say, George, for swing trading, I will only use maximum 40 pips. This is somebody who is very, very strict, doesn't want to lose big, and want to enter the trade at a robust key level and use exactly 40 pips for every trade, whether they take him out before he gets paid or not, he is prepared to lose that 40 pips first and then take another trade again with 40 pips. And if they take him out again, he is prepared to use another 40 pips. He is not prepared to expose himself straight away with 100 pip stop loss. So, how much risk are you willing to take? What type of trader are you? What is your trading style? All right? Now, so every trader has his own risk tolerance. So it is difficult to recommend to those traders a specific stop loss because that recommendation may not be useful to them if it doesn't suit their risk tolerance. The second reason why setting a stop loss is a personal matter for technical traders is because it is always conflicting to impose a stop loss strategy. So now I will speak to that trader again. Probably he's watching. I will be happy if he's watching it, all right? So sometime, but the video is not about that trader, or as I say to traders, I do not get upset with traders, but I think that this is a good video that can help other traders. In fact, I'll post it also at www.tstwsys008 so trader can watch it. It's a very important topic, all right? So it is always conflicting to impose a stop loss strategy. So another thing that my fellow traders that are building trading system are doing, there is one of, I'm not saying that it's always the case, all right? I'm very careful, all right? I'm not blaming people here. So one of the reasons also why a trading system builder will recommend to trade a stop loss. So suppose I build a system, I say to you, for every trade, you must use 60 pips, all right? So it's written clearly in the document of the system that when you are applying this strategy, use 60 pips. Well, suppose one day you're arguing about the system, say blah, 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 and you say to me, send in the chart, okay, let's look at it, and I ask you, how many stop loss have you used for that trade? You say, oh, I use only 40 pips. And I will say, haven't I told you before that you should use for every trade 60 pips? And you stand around and say to me, George, I can't afford 60 pips. And I say, well, that's not my problem. You lost because you did not use the correct stop loss. So we can also argue that it's a kind of a defensive strategy for those that are building trading system when they are telling traders they stop loss. But there is a good part of it is that by telling traders the stop loss, it may help some traders who do not know how to set a stop loss. Now, before you start bashing me, all right, I told you there are 4 reasons, and I will get to that in a minute. All right, when you are thinking to bash me, hold it for now, my friend. So it is conflicting, all right, to impose it. So this is my personal view. One should not impose a stop loss on a technical trader. One should not advise a technical trader to set a stop loss. One can teach traders different ways to set a stop loss. That will be a video, that could be an article, when we can tell traders different ways traders set their stop loss. In fact, I recorded a video because traders were asking me those questions. I recorded a video that I titled How I Set My Stop Loss. In that video, I was telling traders about my trading style, my risk tolerance, how I judge set my stop loss. So this is it. I can tell traders how I set stop loss. All right, but we cannot impose a stop loss on traders. It's conflicting. And when you do that, or you can argue about it, say, for everyday trade, if for instance you record a video, you're telling people that for everyday trade, you must use 30 pips. It's very conflicting. Some trader will tell you, you are out of your mind, you're stupid. I use 10 pips. I'm on a 10-second time frame. I use 5 pips, George. So if I take 10 trades, George, you ask me to risk 300 pips, are you crazy? So it's always conflicting, all right, you understand now, to impose a stop loss. The third reason why setting a stop loss is a personal matter for technical traders is this. Each technical trader must learn to set a stop loss. This is very, very important. If anyone told you something else, either they are trying to control you, or foolish you, or disable you as a day trader. One more time, each technical trader must learn to set a stop loss. I remember the first time when I started day trading, I was trading indices, so I opened many trades, and believe me, it was in the morning. All the trades were successful. I'm looking around, I say, what should I do next? What should I do next? This is it, all right? I learned by myself. I'm saying, what should I do now? Should I take the profit now? Should I wait longer? You see? But when it comes to setting a stop loss, personally, I think every trader must learn to set a stop loss. Why? Because you're going to go through the process and you're going to understand yourself. You're going to discover what kind of trader are you. Some traders are very, very speculative. They will tell you, George, you keep talking about risk control, risk control, risk control. If you don't take the risk, you're not going to get paid. The risk and the volatility is good, you see. So this is a very speculative trader who loves to take risk, you see now. So that trader has discovered that I am a speculative trader. I love to take, I would like to trade. Doesn't matter. The market environment. I love the volatility. I love the risk. And it's working for me. So this is it. This is it, my friend. So that trader, how he find out. Okay. Another trader may become very, very composed. Like now myself, I think I'm more composed trader. How did I find out? I learn it. So how do you learn it? You're going through the heat. You're going through the battle of day trading and swing trading. That's how you're going to know. So you must learn. I'm not saying you can go and watch videos about how to set a stop loss. You can watch my video about how I set my stop loss, and then you're going to go around try. I'm not saying that you shouldn't learn before. You can learn, you can read, you can watch videos about how to set stop loss, but you're going to learn yourself. What type of trader are you? Are you risk averse? Are you speculative? All right, and then you will determine what is suitable for you. Not only you, also the financial instrument that you are trading. So the financial instrument that we are trading also influence our decisions to set stop loss. So this is it. This is what I'm saying again, talking about conflicting. So I build a system. For instance, I said to you use 60p for the trade. All right. So you go, you trade a financial instrument, you use 60p, it works beautifully. Now you go, you try to trade Google or Apple Store that are running very fast for swing trading. You are using 60p. By the time you place the trade and go into the kitchen and come back, they take you out. Is that suitable? So depending on the characteristic of the financial instrument that you are trading, all right, what kind of beast in the financial instrument you are dealing with for forex traders, okay? The pound Swiss franc currency pair, the pound Swiss franc, GBP, CHF, very volatile. Now, when you are dealing with that sort of beast, you need to use adequate, appropriate stop loss. So not only you're going to discover what kind of trader you are, you also find out about what kind of financial instrument your risk tolerance will be more suitable to. So if you are risk averse and some stocks are demanding high stop loss, you may decide not to trade them. All right. I don't want the video to be too long. Let's move on to the last stop, which is the fourth step. Why? 4 reasons why setting a stop loss is a personal matter for technical traders. Is this: my stop loss setting strategy may not be suitable to other traders. That's the 4th reason. My stop loss setting strategy may not be suitable to other traders. Now, I think we go through it. Now you understand it, why I'm saying that. So, all right. So, I may tell you 30 pip, very often I use for day trading, 80 pip, very often for swing trading, sometimes 60 pip or less, depending on the financial instrument that we are trading. But my stop loss setting strategy may not be suitable to some traders. They may look at it and say, George, this is the time I'm going to unsubscribe from your channel. This video, the way you talk about your stop setting strategy, it just shows that, George, you don't know what you are talking about. You see now? So this is it. So my stop loss setting strategy may not be suitable to other technical traders. All right. So one example I'll tell you now. Sometimes you see, suppose here some traders say, Joe, it's stupid to do that, but I do that. So suppose here I want to swing trade. All right. So I say, okay, for this financial instrument, it will be better to use 80 pip or 100 pip. All right. Are you listening? So instead of placing the trade straight away, I told you also at the beginning of this tutorial that if you set your stop loss, other people know where the stop loss is visible. So because of my intention not to reveal to the market straight away my stop loss strategy, I may decide, instead of using 80 pips straight away, I may decide to use 50 pips. So other traders in the market that are chasing stop loss may say that this is a weak position, that this person is crazy. So they say, oh, he placed it there, let's take him out. Contrary traders, let's take them out. They are weak traders. But they don't know that I'm watching the trade and I'm prepared to move my stop loss. They thought that I'm leaving it there at 50. So as I'm watching the trade, especially when you are day trading, that strategy, you can do it for day trading, all right? Especially if the market is very, very volatile, you can do it when you don't reveal straight away and you are watching the market. So, especially if you are day trading. So I place it there. They try to take me out. As the price coming out, I'm moving now to 80 pip. So they're looking around, they say, where is that order of 50 pip stop loss? It's no more there. You see? So it's just like a cat and mouse game, especially when we are day trading. So the market is very volatile, all right? So you may place your trade 30 pip here, all right, for day trading, and very fast, they can take you out. Before you even place the trade and you try to do something else, you look on the screen and that trade is gone. All right. So you say, all right, I'm going to find the best place to enter the trade. I'm going to look for that best candlestick pattern at a very important key level. And instead of using 30 pips, I'll use 20 pips. So the market is watching. They think that this person is useless, doesn't know how to set stop loss. Why is you using 20 pips for this financial instrument? But they don't know that you are prepared to move your stop loss. As the price gently trying to take it out, now you move it to 30 pip. All right. You'll also notice that some trader will tell you never move your stop loss. This is a very, very important advice. But practically, sometimes we move stop loss. If I say to you, my friend, that I never move my stop loss, that's a lie. All traders, technical traders, at one point we move their stop loss. But now sometimes traders move their stop loss in a crazy way and end up losing big. Now, we'll talk about that in another video. How can you move your stop loss? How much can you do that? All right? So you don't get cooked. Instead of losing 40 pip, now you are losing 80 pip because you are moving your stop loss as the price going up. All right? Sometimes we move our stop loss and it works beautifully. All right? It works beautifully. So, you say, all right, I want to give it more chance. You are applying your 5% money management rule. You say, all right, normally this trade 30 pip. They are putting you under pressure. You are looking at the reward. If you are successful, how much you gain out of it? Just because of that risk-reward ratio, let me say again, because of that risk-reward ratio, you say it makes sense that I may move my stop loss for the first time in my life 10 pip up. And sometimes it works nicely, and then from there the price will turn around and you get paid handsomely. And you are glad that you moved that stop loss 10 pip only. Sometimes it may not work beautifully, which means they will put you under pressure, coming near again. Are you going to move it again? Now the decision is yours. So those are the 4 reasons why setting stop loss is a personal matter for technical traders. So if one day you purchase TSTW24 or TSTW-SY008, now you will not notice that, you will notice straight away that George did not bother one bit to talk about stop loss. But if you are TSTW24 trader at www.best-trading-strategy.com, I think there is a web page when we discuss setting stop loss, because traders were sending me email asking questions. So traders say, George, I'll take this trade, blah, 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 blah. And then we discuss about stop loss setting strategies. All right? And now, here it is. The 4 reasons why, okay, setting stop loss is a personal matter for technical trader. So this is a good thing that this gentleman mentioned it, and now we are recording a video to clarify my position. I hope this video has been useful to you. If that is the case, please let us know by giving us your thumbs up. If you say, George, you are just trying to defend yourself, George, you are very, very clever, George, mark the video down, please. However, if you think that George is a fair comment, I like the video very much. It's an amazing tutorial. Feel free to share with your friend on Google+, Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is 24 Stock Trader, digit 2, digit 4 Stock Trader. Be sure to click on the notification bell, so anytime we record a new video, you will be the first person to be notified. So this will conclude our discussion today about the 4 reasons why setting a stop loss is a personal matter for technical traders. I can go on and on and on, but it's time to wrap it up. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Happy trading to you all.